Alright, welcome back to our next mission, Low Countries. This was the historic invasion of Benelux, Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg. Before the invasion of France, this was to get through the Ardennes and the whole Dunkirk business, as you all know. This is a kind of simplified map, large chunks of terrain, and honestly, not too many recognizable cities here, at least for me. So we'll just make do with that. Let's take a look at the briefing real quick. I'm actually going to start reading the briefing kind of more in depth because it might give hints. French have armored forces lurking in the southern reaches. So we're going to have Stukas in our southern flank. They will have a lot of air. The D-520 and the Spitfire. We need to capture Ebenemel, and we will avoid the Maginot Line. SE units max is 3. We just have 2 now. I think this is the point where we will stop selling them, unfortunately. We have not had the best luck in acquiring them either. But here we are. Okay. Cavalry, we have 1,000 prestige. Cannot afford elite reinforcements on that. Or that. Or that. And I believe last time we actually forgot to upgrade our Panzers. Don't think it would have mattered per se, but go ahead and do them now. 36 core units, we have exactly 36, so we have a little bit of cash to play with. And in terms of prestige, 25 per turn over 21 turns, about 500. And just looking at the victory hexes here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 or 1500 to play with. So 2400 prestige by the, or plus the 400. So about 1800 prestige from this mission alone. So we have a little bit to play with. So what do we want to value here? The Gustav. Okay, so we see no elite replacements, which means this will never get replacements. So we need to be very, very careful with this. Where is Ebenemel? I think it was this guy over here, 17.3, yep. So just based on that, Gustav will need to go here, down, up, 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 up. So that's going to kind of inform where our main thrusts of attack will be. And again, we have a lot of auxiliary forces, so be prepared for me to just, throw them away willy-nilly. Okay, so this river crossing, I imagine, will be a little bit of a challenge. Probably be artillery on the left side here, so we'll need to clear the right side pretty quickly to deny the enemy's vision. So we'll go ahead and place that. This guy's doing well. This guy, normal replacement, normal replacement. Oof. So clearly I'm not doing a good enough job of protecting artillery, but I had an excuse last map. It's just a lot going on. And then our level bombers, they gain experience so fast that even under Field Marshal, it's fine to just keep normal replacing them. So the question is, do we give our nice artillery 12 attack strength? And he's under a horse as well. Also for the nice artillery, we would want to upgrade that here. The other thing we want to think about is whether our ranged artillery would be, we want to make into a Stug. As I mentioned, these are strong because, well, one, they're mobile artillery. They don't need to pack and unpack. They have decent attack and they have 11 rate of fire. They're also able to provide mobile defense. When you stick a range hero on these get to be a real monster because they can also attack while they're providing that forward cover without having the prerequisite of taking that space that you're attacking into. But you know, I think there are quite a few siege scenarios on this in this campaign. A siege just meaning attacking fortified positions. But isn't that what really all of Panzer Corps is? That's another issue. So I think we'll actually want to just keep all of our ranged heroes on our artillery. And in keeping with before, we're going to be pretty conservative with our elite replacements here. So we're just going to... we're going to be more conservative with our prestige here. So we're just going to take them up slowly. But for our, our best ones, we do want to have a little more oomph, especially if we're using the extra range to attack artillery in the back line. So we'll go here. Now, there is a reason this was a stupid play. That is that these, when you upgrade the artillery, they have 1 less rate of fire. So with 10 strength, they fire 9 times. With 11 strength, they only fire 10 times. With 11 strength, they're still only firing 9 times. Because 11 times 9 is 0.99. You don't get up to 10. So that overstrength was a mistake. But we live with our mistakes on this stream, except for the fuel issues, obviously. And we'll give the same treatment to these. So now we also have a visual denotation of which of our artillery are our crack forces, so to speak. So that is good as well. Okay, so deployment. 4 attack, 1 initiative. Do we want this guy, honestly, just to be on a normal artillery? No, I guess it's pretty useful to have him like that. So in terms of what's going on down here, we expect the Maginot Line to be along kind of this area. We expect the French counterattacks to kind of maybe originate from beyond the bocage, so we can't really tackle them earlier on. The game wants us to cross the river here. I'm going to be me and just not do that. We're going to take the safe conservative route just along the top here instead. We have a bridging engineer. That's the only one we have 2 bridging engineers. Okay, they also want us to sneak over there. I don't really see a reason to do so. We can just concentrate all our forces into the middle. So we'll swoop in here, cross the river here, and then go back up north. That's in conjunction with our Gustav. All the auxiliary stuff will kind of converge over here at Namur. Then our main force will thrust past this river, There's a choke point here. Probably expect a French and British counterattack. The BEF, maybe. Don't know if that shows up this early, historically. Then make our way through here. So we'll want our heaviest units kind of covering our southern flank against the French tanks, as well as the Stukas for the same reasons. Okay, so 2 Stukas. Again, both of the attack heroes are quite happy with that. We'll place them in the forward slots because they have the least movement. Place at least 1 level bomber for now, and I imagine we will need all 3 fighters. Okay, that's that. Second, our flak. Do we get any new flak units? Oh, I mentioned that guy. Let's go ahead and upgrade that. Same family, more attack, 140 rate of fire. Definitely more worth it. We don't quite have the mobility to advance so far that we need the 10-4. It's best to convert this back down to a 10-4 after a few stars. This is always getting placed. And in fact, let's place it here for the vision. And apologies to those who just want to jump into the action. This is important, I promise. 1 here. 1 here. I think what we want to do here is kind of bait out any enemy attacks as well as any enemy air units beforehand. And actually, speaking of that, this will go here because there might be enemy air around here that we can use to take out. So then that means we're going to want to take out this town ASAP as fast as possible on turn 1 so that the enemy has no more vision here. that might have like a fort here or something. We'll scout that out, and if they do, then we'll just have to back off. Because the goal is to let all the enemy air show itself, selectively attack and kill it, and then we're kind of in the clear. Our air, as we saw last map, is not quite good enough to entangle itself cost effectively, at least at this point. Okay, so tanks in the south, kind of wishing we had a Panzer III now for that 2 additional defense. In fact, at this point, our infantry has more defense than our tanks do. Okay, so that'll be turn 1. Turn 2, turn 3, getting kind of over this hump here. Have a defense over the bridgehead. If this is 1 unit, then this deployment is, kind of completely wasted, actually. So let's not quite go all in there. Let's go about halfway in. Artillery here, Polish artillery, 3 attack here. So we're definitely keeping all of our infantry, and we got just regular infantry there. Grenadiers I found very hard to use, just in terms of movement, so we'll wait until we attack hero before we mess with that. And another quick thing about, SS infantry or SS tanks. The tanks are only going to get 1 more attack. And in fact, it's hard attack. Proportionally, these are much more worth it, right? Because they're going from 4 to 5 versus, for the Panthers, 20 to 21. Not as big a difference there. Okay, and then we'll just kind of randomly disperse our infantry there. Doesn't matter too much. Do we want a para? Kind of dangerous here. A lot of enemy air. We won't need it for now. This cavalry, we'll just keep everything as is for now, since we're still a little low on funds. And then just mass the artillery over here. Defensive infantry in front. 1 attack tank we'll just leave at home. More artillery. 2 attack infantry we will take. Stug doesn't need to be all the way there. 2 defense cavalry. Initiative cavalry is fine. So 6 more unit slots. Let's see. Do we want another anti-air? I feel at this point we almost do. We also might want we want a Panzerjäger. We can train this up against forts and whatnot. It's good to have 1, just so you have something with those experience lying around, I think. And here, take 1 para. And again, these are good against fortifications, which we'll most likely have. 1 attack, leaving those behind. 2 defense. Convert that to a Stug at some point. At some point being, we're doing it anyway. Again, because this is a defense hero, pretty useless on the 1 to 2 ground defense artillery, but pretty good when stacked up on a Stug, which you'll notice will now be our highest defense unit at 12, plus 1 from experience. Yeah, so I think that's a good choice. And that can kind of advance along our southern flank along with our tanks. And then we'll put 1 of these and have a few more units, 2 more slots to discretionary use. Might be another fighter, though we do get plenty of fighters. Yeah, so let's get going. That's in case it crashes. This is 14 minutes and 25 seconds into the stream. Hopefully you aren't bored to tears yet. But I think, running through trains of thought, why do people watch? 1, it's just interesting seeing people play things. 2, you want to learn tips and tricks from other people that you may not have yourself. At least that's why I watch videos. So that's that. Give me just a minute getting some water. We'll get started. Okay, so let's get started. Turn 1, clear. Turn 2, cloudy. At least we're not rain on turn 1. Okay, so let's take a look. And I turned my night light off, just for you. Okay, lots of anti-tank, probably an anti-air there. One fighter peeking its way through. No idea what's here. And only one unit here, as we said, might happen. Okay, first thing we want to do is take a peek behind here. There we go. There's the forts we were talking about. Okay, so they're going to have spotting unless we take care of them. Stuka can't quite do it. So we'll have 2 artillery hitting that and then finishing it off with the Stuka. If it doesn't get finished off, take the infantry across the river with the Krautschützen to do it. Here is most likely safe. The goal here is to, at least at 4 vision now, we've got to keep that in mind, is to keep this, from out of enemy spotting range. Just want to take a quick survey of my units. We have 1 star on some of them, so I think that's pretty reasonable. Experience cap is up to 250. So we'll try to fill out those stars on this map. Okay, so as we're saying, this is always happening. Okay, so that is always happening. Question here is if we use the Panzer Jaeger, and then if we do will the Stug be enough to kind of buttress that? Let's see, 11% chance, but then we won't have enough to kill it. So I think we just take 2 tanks to do this. So go in front, and here hit with the 12 first because it's suppressed. Okay. Okay. So this needs to happen. Okay, that needs to come down and hit that. The tank needs to hit that one if I can't fully suppress it. Annoying, annoying. Oops, I blocked that unit off from hitting. Slight mistake. %20 chance to get hit by 2 things. Nah, I don't like that. Well, if the Stuka takes it out, we don't need to bring that. So it didn't, but the tank can't reach that, which is the issue. I guess we have recon as backup. Okay, we don't want this down here. It does best on roads, and the roads lead to the Maginot Line. So let's go ahead and do this. Don't know if there are forts there that can see this. If it is, we'll cross that bridge later. Then I think we want the recon scouting there, so let's just try it for this. Nope. Okay, so all cleared and all protected vision-wise. That's not protected. Let's go ahead. Again, we don't need to do that yet, so let's not do it. Cavalry with additional movement. This hex will be safe because we can move that here. Okay. If there are forts on the other side, I want to get vision for the Gustav to go hit it, but let's just go up here first, take a big break from down there. Fallschirmjäger, it can take Epinamol later, but just get us somewhere safe. Okay, so this looks like a surrender city. No whatchamacallit, no entrenchment on any of those units. There's the air defense unit. That of course will be there. We're gonna clear as much air as we can in the beginning, just because we don't know what to expect. Too suppressed. Still too suppressed, so probably better spent on the ones that are entrenched. Okay, that's 6. We need something to hit that. Seems reasonable. Oh, and they gave us another Stuk here, part of our core. They gave us 2 core units, actually. What was the other core unit that they gave us? Because, yeah, we did 0 out of 36. Just going to do a scan real quick. I apologize. I don't see what extra units we got. I must have placed another one when I wasn't looking. Oh, here we go. Nebelwerfer. Okay, that's a nice early Nebelwerfer. You see the name is 1941. I think the first mission you get it is Barbarossa, maybe, otherwise. Okay, so need to leave 2 open for stuff to walk in. That needs to be suppressed. So the order we're going to do this is 2 on the outside, then walk units in. Okay, so, and ideally we'd be able to hit that. Not sure we'll be able to make it. We'll see. Okay, want an infantry for this. Want a Stuk to provide defense for the stuff that's going to take the place there. Ooh, thought we weren't going to get it. Surrender 370 to 388. Sometimes the game bugs out and doesn't show the surrender message. Next will be this one. We're just going to take this very systematically. So yeah, really kind of played myself by not deploying those last 2 units. Did they tell us we were getting 3 units? Nope. So otherwise, if I were playing this just offline, I would probably restart that just because, meh. But okay, if we can kill this infantry or bump it off, then we can actually hit that and reach that. Or is it better to try to go from the top? Top, artillery hits that, this hits that. I think our best bet's at the bottom. So let's go ahead and try to make that happen first. So, no entrenchment. Recon here, because it'll move another one in. We'll probably need infantry for here. This infantry will attack the anti-tank. That's going to probably surrender because it'll have a suppressed one. Yep. Yep, so perfect. There's no pushover. Let's see. We don't want to hit this yet because we want to surrender those things. So let's go here, 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 here. Okay. We need 3 damage on that, so we will misplay. Did that incorrectly. Oh, you know what? We're still fine. This infantry can do it. Excellent. Let's go here. go here. And you notice that because we advanced our artillery halfway up, we have full coverage of the front line of units. As I mentioned earlier with the Stug, they need to advance to the Hexer taking to cover the units the unit that will be going into that slot. Let's take their artillery before we hit that this time. Forgot the 2 is recon. That's good because it allows us to get stuff in here for the big bad. Okay, so for this infantry, we brought the Panzer IV here because it's better soft attack. The only question is, can we soften anything else up? Doesn't look like it. That's going to have to go there. Might be able to approach from the back. Let's give that a quick, let's entertain that thought. This will take the least damage. We want this for that, so unfortunately we're going to have to take the... Oof. That's what auxiliary units are for. Okay. And this cavalry should have gone there, if we were able. That was a misplay. And then get that surround, or mass attack bonus. So attack from the outside first, because this is providing mass attack for everything else. This has a lot of initiative, so we prefer to push it into the bocage. So attack with that. There you go. Besides that one misplay, we took out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 units there. With this giving vision to just the recon and just that to get counterattacked. And, you know, if we put this bomber over the recon, which is over strength, you know, we're slightly more invested in keeping that, then we are good to go. Okay. That has a movement back in here. Try to get this up. Protect my actual important units, and is there any way... Man, still proud of this. What a nice job. I think we got about 80 prestige there. Not insignificant. Okay, so here... what are these infantry stats? 2142, 2182, same close defense. The Luxembourg guys are not really doing well. One spotting. The enemy bombers are going to go for this cavalry and that unit. Might be able to swing a fighter up to defend. We'll see. So, if there are forts on the other side, this guy has 7 range. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He would need to be here, which would be protected by this, and only if there's no artillery there to possibly hit the Gustav. The question is, can we get spotting there in a safe way without getting hit by possible anti-air? The answer is no. Well, the answer is yes, we could do it with a fighter. It'd have to be here, and if there's anti-air, we're going to take damage right before the first wave of enemy air units comes in, so, you know, seems like a losing proposition to me. So what we're going to do is... Is this safe? Could that ever be safe? No. Well, that's a bummer. We could have attacked the artillery in the back with our 4-range one. Okay. It's possible there's a tank there. Very tempted just to Stuka that. But that's non-conservative play. So we will not do that. Let's move everything up safely as possible. Gustav is always covered by an actual unit. This could be unsafe. I was gonna move that artillery there. I think that was a mistake again. Probably leave an infantry there. Would they really put a tank there? Yeah, it's artillery. Okay. Question is, do we care about putting something out right there? Because bomber here, there's no reason for more bombers to come over. Yeah, I think we want to try that. Very low chance that gets spotted. Knock on wood. And yep, see, checking the next unit button is the safer move to do. We're not even going to bother going there. That seems like a trap. Or, you know, not a great play. Okay, those are the only two left. Turn one down. Let's go. Oof. What's going on? Everyone's missing their attack on that Stuka. Wow, that was two 20% that got 0 hits on. Oh. You know, I think that warrants him getting replacements for such a job well done. Okay, second turn, cloudy, a little bit annoying. Recon, we should keep the recon here for spotting. Or no, what did we say we were going to do? We said we're going to move these. We're going to move them in a logical fashion? Yeah. Okay, let's try to stick with the plan this time. First things first. MS-406, 250 cost fighter. After they're down to about 6, then we can safely engage them with our fighters without losing anything. The Potezes are damaged, so they're going to go back. But, you know, maybe we want to just speed that up a bit. Okay, goal here is to at least take out one fighter. Do these actually... Okay, 120% rate of fire, not 140. Nothing crazy. Okay. We'll want to tell that one to go back and repair. That should be good enough to get some sort of mass attack off, at least. And then one of our subsidiaries can do this. Okay, so we're going to use our fighters to get the kill shots because we want experience on them, and then use the auxiliary fighters to kind of buff up our mass attack. And the question is, do we attack any of those, and how much do we bring to kind of... That's not safe, so we're going to attack with the most outlying auxiliary fighter first. No, this is safer. Technically safe. Didn't lose anything. And played a little early because we have stuff up here that we didn't use at all. Okay. That bomber is going to be able to fly away, so we can't trap the fighter there ever. Okay, let's see. You know, can't we just cut across here? That seems safe. Right? We technically don't know what's there. Sorry. What's the Bocage movement? So 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it costs 2 to move across Bocage. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it could retreat 1, so that's safe. Okay. No forward on this X. Forward on that X. Is there any way we can check? Can get the Gebergs over there. Yeah. So since this depends on what happens here, we'll start from the top. Recon first. That is always happening. We'll try to transfer some of the auxiliary units down to tank for our main fort, to tank for our core units. Here we go. There's some friends. So everything else being equal or remain the same, we'll take and ping those just to make them retreat, or we'll kill these. Level bombers are really not dangerous in cloudy weather. Hello? That guy put up a fight. Okay, so there's a unit there. That's basically all we wanted to know from those folks. There's infantry there, so can we kill it this turn? No. Do we need to? No. Shaking my head. I believe this one went first, so that actually blocks it in. What I wanted to do was take this one and protect those, so this one could attack. Slight mistake. Might be a tank up there. We have so many units that I don't even care at this point. Mass attack bonus, save our artillery. No spotting in here for the enemy. Panzer 2C, what's our tankiest unit? Well, this wouldn't be doing anything otherwise anyway, so let's just have them scooch on up there. Bocage is close terrain, don't want to move a tank there. We'll move one Grenadier down, and Nebel can stay up here. This guy. I feel like we might want it to use it to protect something, so we'll leave it for now. We still have 3 area units to move. Let's see. Oops. Okay, so we have 1 area unit that we can use to cover these 2 hexes. Since it's cloudy, I feel okay doing this. For initiative, I believe. Okay. So if there is a fort there, safe is to not even stay on that hex. Then we can't kill that. Well, so we put the cavalry here. Seems poor. And in fact, we already moved the artillery that we said was going to cover the cavalry. So he's got to skedaddle. This should only, this moves 4, 1, 2, 3, so that could reach our, so this needs to be plugged by putting something there. But we can't cover that with this artillery because we already took that hex with this infantry. So I think our best bet is actually just stuffing it, stuffing that. And then just taking the lickens if they do come. Okay? Speaking of lickings, we actually could have checked this first with our cavalry, so again a bad move. So 10 minus 5 out of 10, 5 out of 10, which means the AI didn't have enough money to heal both of them last turn. So we want to hit the 10. So we'll repair again, hopefully, and not attack us. Take off 1. That's pretty safe. That is safe. It's pretty safe. Anything we can lure out? No, because we move everything already. Silly. Can lure out some fighters. Of course, all of that is safe and sound. Okie doke. I think this might be like a 3-part episode or something, so taking a while. Might discourage something. Might not matter. Don't really care. Okay, next turn. Boom. Here's a Spitfire, another Spitfire. Yep. Third one. Ouch. Ouch. What are the kill chances on 20%? They had 13 and they did 6 damage. That's 40%. 2 times above the mean. Okay, so first check for AA. No AA. So next would be to try to hit that with an artillery. Can that move into bocage? I don't even know. It can. Okay. This goes forward. This goes. Is that not range? No, because that's 5. Oof. Alright. Conservative play. Always rewarded for conservative play. Okay. Scope this out. Oh, there we go. Renaults, Hotchkiss. Do they look the exact same, or am I crazy? Well, they have the same attack. Hotchkiss has 1 less movement, 1 less armor. Okay. And the Somua has 5. Okay, so... Alright. 19 more turns of this slog. Okay, let's do the easiest first. Any artillery around? Double tap that. Artillery. Hello? Hello? Okay, sure. Tank we don't care about. Good. Good. Okay. Then I'll probably get attacked, which you're fine with. We need to clear those out. Let's do that quickly. Is our weakest infantry first? Alrighty, so a whole train of British things. Priorities are the Spitfire. They're too dangerous, so we need to cancel them ASAP. Don't we have... No, we don't. Okay. Alright, next. I believe this should be all the enemy air forces that will be coming out. Famous last words. Question is, how many of them do we want to take out? Again, using the auxiliaries for the actually dangerous stuff. This is a goner. Let's just check. Okay, artillery and lots of tanks. It's going to be a bit of a tough nut to crack. Might have to give up an overstrength on that artillery. It'll hurt. Because don't really want that. Going back to full strength is the thing. We'll protect with an auxiliary. I believe that can be hit by a Stuka. By our Stuka. By our Stuka. Thought we had two. Of course you. Okay, you earn 25 prestige. Don't spend it all in one sitting. That artillery might not be safe to hit. We don't really need to. And honestly, we're taking out most of the enemy's air force, so don't feel too bad about doing this. If there's anything you want to leave up, it would be the level bombers, because they do the least damage. And they're expensive, relatively, for the enemy to repair. That's 375. Do we have one more fighter? Yes. Just want to tag this to go and heal. Great. We're going to try to get a lot of stars on our fighters this map, possibly at the expense of some of our other units. Okay. Nope. Thing here is, do we even want to clear this? We clear it, the tanks can cross. I suppose it's fine. Defense. We want to attack that. I can at least cross and hit that next turn. And 0 experience, so we don't care about green replacements for it. Level bombers go be annoying. Maybe they'll attack the Panzer. Okay, and how are we going to advance here? And again, I'm playing a little sloppier with the auxiliary units. Just, well, they're annoying to play with. Be nice if, you know, in the, for example, the West, Grand Campaign West, they came with the game. There's maps where Italian auxiliary units you can actually retreat and then sell later. That's a good incentive to the player to take care of them, rather than negative reinforcements such as you lose or whatnot. Okay, turn 3. Not too bad. We're 40% across the map, waiting some French counterattacks. Hopefully these don't get attacked. Enemy air all should be retreating. This only had 1 spotting, remember, so that was a intended ambush. What the heck? 19%. Okay, that's 2 overstrength artillery points we've lost, keeping track. At least that means that this guy will probably throw a Stuka on him. We'll see. Okay. That's 1 tank. There's still 2 tanks over there. Do we want experience on our unit? Probably. Initiative, no advantage. That's not even our tank. Okay, let's figure out how we're going to deal with this problem first. I think we need to sequentially retreat this tank, kill it, move in recon or cavalry to kill that and that. So the Stuka we want to use on this one, so we'll need to suppress it. That one can be taken down by a fighter. And there's no good, well, there might be something here and there that we can use our fighters on. Let's check. Nope. Okay, artillery just moved in. Try to get us around on that. Is a switch? No switch. Well, so much for this round. Literally anything will pop that. This might. 10, 20, 17. Take it. Can we actually do anything about that guy? Nope. Well, at least not before the artillery. Sure, whatever. Four, five, six, seven strength for 11, was it? Yeah. Okay. Next goal is to get a peek on that. And we should maybe consider transferring some of our units up there to sharing the experience. Or at least the choicest morsels. Okay, so the AI actually retreated quite far to repair their air units. There might be one they're repairing from turn 1. I didn't exactly keep the closest track of that. Let's just keep going forward. Doo -doo -doo. Okay, lots of small artillery. It's doing small artillery things. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so we will want to check if there's anything there. Nope, just the anti-air. Okay, so we are good for that. And by that I mean there's no enemy air that's going to be coming this turn unless it's a new unit. So we can be slightly more lax about our air defense. That's a danger hex. It's in range of both artillery. This might not be as much of a danger hex. Still bad because of that one. Go take a look here. Okay. Do we have any auxiliary Stukas in range? So there's probably some stuff up there. 1 or 2 units. Not going to bother. I like how these auxiliary units can all afford transports. Unlike our very poor Panzer Corps. That's a nice hit. Goal is to convince the artillery that they do not want to bombard our units, which are going to stand there. Any airfields? There we go. Okay. So, how can we convince that one? Do we only deploy... Oh, there he is. Okay, so... what do I want to do here? We still don't really want to stand there. Is 5 strength really that dangerous? We're not putting anything with overstrength here, so we're not really losing that much. I think we're fine to chill, wait for the Gustav to go hit it next turn without doing anything brash. But the opportunity also might present itself to do something else. We'll see in a second. By something else, I mean with the our auxiliary tank there. Huh. Nice hit. There we go. That should be pretty weak now, such that we don't need to worry about our units crossing terribly much. Great. That went well. Okay, so here we're just going to, that can see everything, so everyone's just hanging tight. Using the 3 attack fighter to hit that. 4 attack total, yep. We're going to have our second star soon. Very exciting. These can stay put. Remember, the key is conservative play. Because we're just so ridiculously poor right now. 4 spotting. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep those safe. Keep these safe. Go refuel for the counter attack next turn. What do we care about protecting here? Nothing. Our Stug. And one more guy to play around with. Remember, we're just trying to get as much experience as possible. Oh, hello. So you're an escort. Okay. So 82 experience to 89 to 96. So we got 7 experience just for pinging that one guy. So you see how important pinging is with fighters. Especially when we're not doing elite replacements. Okay. Back into action. Don't need to go there in range of artillery. Okay. Good turn. I think I saw one going back there. It's a cruiser too. Remember the glass cannon on the river is a good thing. It's fine. Okie doke. Let's take a look here. Want to try to eliminate all of these guys, so we're going to double bombard them as much as possible. Plenty of fuel left. Not going to hit with our fighters yet because we don't know what we want to look at. I believe there's... Oh, nope. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Take the easy kills all over here. And for our core fighters who are doing nothing else, well, just kidding, strafing. 102. Okay, so again, 1 star, 1 to basically every stat. Very useful to have. Panzer Jaeger is the fort killer. 16 experience for 2. We didn't need the Gustav after all. Send a random unit to go look. Recon movement is a blessing. Do we have a really weak unit here? Yeah. Always does more than expected when we don't want it to. It's 26. Very nice haul. And go explore. Okay, so Liège, I believe should have forts there, right? Don't quite remember. There's a Panzer Corps 2 scenario with it. It's been a while since I played that. Surprisingly, I always come back to Panzer Corps 1. I like to, it just have a hard time starting up games of it. Taking a lot of experience away from our core units here, but can't be bothered. Safes, that's ours. Okay, the main event. These all need to be eliminated. We did not spot anything else for us to, for our fighters to fight. So they will refuel. Oh, whoops. How did I miss that? Do we need it this turn? We need it this turn. Oh, I guess that guy's bye-bye. Oh well. Not a core unit. Don't care. Okay, so cavalry attack this, cavalry attack that, retreat into the city. There's a Char 1 there, so want the auxiliary unit to be in front afterwards. Stug, likely over there. Okay, so let's see what we can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gives us one more movement afterwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Prefer to kill it. Seems like a reasonable investment. Safe. Safe. Just trying to get something there. Oh, hope it's good enough. I think all I had to do was say, I hope that surrenders, actually. So this says movement, so we can assume, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, because the bocage. Char has 4 movement, so it can't get through there. So this X is actually safe, except from that artillery. Is there any way we can get that? No, I think that fighter's dead for sure. One last act of scouting. Really don't like taking shots on cavalry. So we take it with the infantry with 3 defense instead. Duh. Safe, safe. Irrelevant because that's a 2-river hex. This still helps because it allows us to go there, so maybe we can do that. Ping these. Let's just move some tanks up here, to be honest. It's quite a roadblock. Oh, there we still have 2 more units. Forgot about that. What can we do? Ping that. Ping this. 45. 44. 5 experience. Take it. This is a core unit. Is there anything else more enticing for the enemy to attack? Probably that. We killed all the Spitfires, so we're okay with this. Especially if it gets us a star. Yes, 7 experience. And you can draw out enemy fighters. Alright, say we're progressing too fast. But it's always a... You want to keep your viewers not terribly bored. It's probably a good idea. Okay. It's a non-repaired aircraft coming out. That's a new one. Double stug truck. It's a bummer. Rain really is a bummer. What can we do? Let's go hunt for... Well, not that. Okay, so remember the char moved up. These should be pretty open to take. Let's go with our horsey first. Cavalry, I apologize. Kind of want to take that just for the refueling. Might have overstuffed that one if we wanted to refuel, actually. Let's see. Guess the AI is really poor this map for some reason. Have to attack it. So just due to the rain, we had to scout that way. Never got to ping that with anything else, so it's gonna has a little bit of extra. It's a little iffy, but at least we can get everyone up here and happy. Sometimes rain isn't. Well, there's a Luke Bryan song about it. Rain is a good thing for all my country listening folks. Okay, this is what I kind of talked about earlier, weather being really, really boring. Like, what's the point of doing anything right now, right? Okay, scout the river crossing. That's interesting. Those look new, or at least newly unfrozen. If there's not a unit under that air unit we just placed, then they might get stuck. Okay. Actually, we're going to take this recon unit up there to explore a bit, just to make sure we aren't missing too much. Especially if it's unfreezes and like comes down to attack us later or something. Okay. Sure. Yeah, do I want to go level this guy up there? Can't quite bring myself to care right now. Is this a... yeah. Okay. I'm not crazy. Everything's fine. Maybe. Yes. 41 prestige. It's quite a haul. So the char was there. Now it's going to come up and be on the river for next turn. Where our tanks will be waiting. This guy still hasn't seen any action. Well, move some infantry up. Yeah, let's just send these guys up. Hopefully that refuels our... oh, well, that'll definitely... I want to see what the rules for being around enemies are. So remember 16 fuel on that fighter. Oh wow, he attacked the recon. Sure. So 16 fuel, 37 fuel. So they got 21. So it gains half of its fuel rounded up if it's around one enemy unit. It's good to know. Did anything get stuck there? Nope, because there's an armored counterattack. Let's go check here, here. Probably 2 units there. I'm okay with that. Might be like 3 or 4 units there. Yeah, remember when I said we can cross the river there? Nope. Chuck Testo. Sorry for my old memes. Okay. We can clear all this out this turn probably. Let's go ahead and just take out that Blenheim. There's our other Stuka. Nice. See how much experience we get. If you hover over the start, you can see what it is before it changes. So we got 10 from that. Nice. Ooh. 102 to 104. Yeah, it drops off, because this is more attack. We mentioned the attack defense differential earlier and the penalty at higher levels. Not sure I want to commit to that. First blood. 31. Well on our way to 100 or something. Alright, that's a little annoying. Has a little too much defense. Or entrenchment. 8%. Take it. These are not even worth trying to get surrenders on. Ooh. That is the only stat we want to see on level bombers. Ever. Period. Very happy with that. Nope, the tank is right there across the river. Might be able to entice it to cross the river, actually. That was weird. It's always the +2 die roll when you get a 0, so that's a 1 in 9 chance. That's what you do when you don't play perfectly conservatively. Or what happens. Okay, where is the enemy air? I mean, this is probably safe with one fighter around. It's gonna chunk them a bit. Do some scouting. That hex might be safe. It is not safe. None of those hexes are safe. It's probably gonna need a gank by an air unit. It is what it is. Here, there's going to be a fort here, fort spotting, so only way to approach is from the bottom, try to get surrenders in the front, so it'll be a kind of a 3 or 4 turn ordeal. We'll get to that when we get there. And remember, the air units got here. Yeah, well, probably at the airfield. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They might reach there. Again, whatever. We're going to have these level up safely over there. Any air we'll see going over. Okay, so we're actually almost at the end. And I'm afraid this map will involve some more degenerate farming. Apologies in advance. That needs protection, that needs protection. This wants to try to sneak a kill somewhere. Has to be here. 96, no kill. Best thing we can try to do is get this in range of something. We can try to just use that spotting. Honestly, we can hang tight for one round until we see some enemy air again, because remember, they haven't really been active for a while. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Do we lose some fighters or something? I guess we just never bought a fourth one. Memory's going. Okay. So that Sawmill was part of the original pack. We can try to entice him to go down with an auxiliary unit, not with our main unit. Do that later. Let's just keep hunting for that second range hero on this guy. 1 in 5, 1 in 6 shot. Can always dream. None of these are core units, so... Oh, we don't have any fighters to cover because we lost that other one due to a fuel mishap. So, okay. These guys can go train up there. And in case you're wondering, I bound my F and G keys to left click and right click. Just to give my fingers a little bit of a rest. Can do the clicks pretty quickly. Asking for some fighters to come out. Sure. Don't know why the AI is not repairing any of its units. Okay, turn 7, 1/3 done. There's a level bomber, maybe because they're repairing the really expensive level bombers, as I mentioned before. Okay, there's more Spitfires. And cloudy weather afterwards. It's a bit annoying. Hurricanes. Okay, so can we kill hurricanes with our fighters? Kind of. Okay, no escort. Good. Hello. Okay, so we actually need to clear a little bit of this. That was... Come on, isn't that a bit excessive? Like, just a bit? Good experience in any case. Okay, so... Most things are going to hang back. Clear these three and then play defense for one turn. Of course, it's a cloudy turn next turn. At least it's not rain, knock on wood. Go do something useful. Oh, char. Now what I'm thinking is that these will activate at some point, probably, say next turn is a reasonable estimate. But we got the river crossings covered, well not that one yet, but that should be enough to thwart most of the attacks. Yeah, you see they're not letting us get there. So these have 4 move, 1, 2, 3, so we're not in danger range quite yet. Do we have another fighter? Yes. So that's all the air cover we have, so... Oh, nope. One more. With nothing to attack, it'll just defend something else. You see the enemies are barely repairing the Renaults. So these chill. I'll figure out what to cover with that in a second. Cover. 88 covers our actual core units. This gets double covered because remember we're not doing anything next turn. Yeah, so with my key bindings, I'm just pressing FS, FS, FS to select and resupply. Very quick, instead of having to click. Okay, sure. And we'll cover this, of course. Honestly, we can just let our Stukas hang out down there for the rest of the game, if they repair them. You know, see what that 2 attack hero, how much of a difference that makes. Yeah, none of these matter. That matters. Close terrain is safer from air attacks. And checking its spotting, T-38 has 1 more range too, spotting range too, which is nice. Stay out of range of that fort. What did we miss? There was an air unit that we missed somewhere. Here. Okay. So bombers first. Probably go for this tank. And then after this infantry, move the infantry back. Also go for this guy. And then with the fighters, what's 5 bombers? I think we're relatively well covered. Is that our core unit? No, it's not. Okay. Excellent. That was weird. Does the Panzer have anti-air? Oh no, it was the flak unit. Alright, and we got clear. Excellent. I should stop saying excellent. I just want to avoid developing a verbal tick. It's clear. The weather forecast is only 80% accurate, so if you're in a map that should be set to something specifically, you can kind of guess that a random weather prediction in the middle of everything else will be maybe not the most accurate. That's safe. This can probably get up to 2 stars. See? Almost 1 already. Do we want to do that? Well, it's scouting. Okay. It's probably overkill for those units. This can go into a plane. Let's see. So we want to take out as many fighters as possible so that we can just farm the bombers later on. As per usual. Nice hit. There's something to be said about keeping the Falcos. Don't know why I call them Falcos. Those alive, just because they're easy kills. Okay. Oh wow. Really? So we'll kind of peek over here where there are auxiliaries. So D520, which is the premier French fighter. Okay. Defense. I will not disband that. And kind of the number of enemy air units that we want to keep on the map is, well, maybe 3, maybe 4. 3 bombers sounds like a reasonable amount. Another 1 defense. Won't sell it. This is kind of the kind of turkey shoot we would have wanted earlier as well. Like in one of the Polish scenarios, except it was complicated by us being bidirectional and blah blah blah. We can sit for probably 3 more turns and still be safe. I have no qualms about doing that. We just need to make sure the enemy has an appropriate number of targets to attack, such as these 2 units, which will conveniently be protected by this anti-air. I can even farm some experience there. Maybe this one too. Not a bad idea. Okay, and more conservative gameplay here. Name the game. when you're 4. 1, 2, 3 bombers. 4. Almost found a Gustav. Okay, I think we actually just want to clear everything here and start moving forward a bit. So 520. That cannot reach. And they're really just going to town on those repairs. I will never be complaining about just having our units get kills for free. Oh, beautiful. So later on we'll want to put these 3 attack heroes onto the Messerschmitt 163B or A. It's not the Schwalbe, the famous rocket jet, but the very short range mini rocket jet. I believe it has one of, if not the highest initiative in the game at 16. Its only drawback is it's flimsy, so it's really a alpha strike. And paired with high attack, that is perfect. So you tap the enemy fighters with a ground-based anti-air and then use your very high initiative and now high attack with that hero planes to go in. Just gonna save because I'm paranoid about losing really good heroes to a random game crash. Okay, auxiliary takes that, take that. We're at +3 initiative. Do we really want to use that to do the job? No. Yeah, saw that coming. Come on. That is fine. 2 bombers there. We have no more fighter coverage. Could sit for another turn. We might sit for another turn. We're doing very well, I think. This is a major French counterattack. I could see maybe one more materializing, so we can try to finish that off. Soon. TM. Sad that we had to take the hit on that guy. Only 5 experience that time. Alright, start getting working on this Stug. Nope, they have 2 spotting. It would have been nice if they only had 1. This is always going to be safe there. Don't need to go there yet. I think we can wait 1 more turn. Then we'll commit all of these guys to the north. And then along with 2 of our, or some of our core units. That should definitely be enough. Okay. We can safely take this because this can move there. Okay, this is all dependent from air. We expect that counterattack to emerge sometimes. Going to go ahead and preemptively block them up. You're safe. Gustav needs a chaperone. Well, he'll be getting kills, actually. Do we quite want to go there yet? Next turn's cloudy. 3, maybe 5 more air units. Okay, we'll go there. Why not? Okay, excellent turn, as usual. I do say so myself. I can start working on that. Don't want there to be a wild cards. Want to spot there next turn. 4 range from that. And that paratrooper will go in and partake in those activities. North can use more artillery. And the cavalry. Is there anything for them to attack if I leave? Well, I think they'll just go forward and explore. I think that's what'll happen. I'm pretty comfortable with where all my units are. Okay, we'll take that. Didn't even bother going for that. Cheater. It's a good stug. Okay, clear again, not cloudy. Excellent. I think anti-air spotting here is something I will reload for, especially if it's the first thing that happened in the turn. There's just no reason for them to have that. Anti-air getting spotting, something I'll reload a turn for. Yeah, fine. Okay, that was a little obnoxious. Also kind of funny, but yeah. Okay, does anyone remember how many other air units there were? I don't. Unexpected? Unexpected? But not unwelcome. Okay. That should have been by the airfield. Excellent. Okay, so now let's start working on this. I believe there's 2 artillery and a anti-tank. There's some tanks there. We'll bring the Stukas up to deal with them. Guess we'll just bring this. I think we dilly-dallied a little, maybe 1 or 2 turns too long, so need to be a little rushed now, just a little bit. Okay, so we definitely want artillery there. We make him heal. We can recon in here, put a unit here, and then kick it to the river next turn. Okay. No more fighter cover. Is fine. Let's make sure your friend is always covered. It was purchased May 10th, turn 11. It was not purchased. I'm saying that because if it was purchased, it would definitely be eligible to move. But here, it's more likely that it's frozen in place. Okay, strip off an entrenchment. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're good. We're good. We are good. Everything move up here. That can honestly be here. Okay, do a quick check. Abenemo 4, 0 entrenchment. So as expected. No surprises. We do not have enough units to surround that. Okay. Not the greatest. And of course, we don't know if there's way more units in the back waiting for us. Doubt it. I don't think there was any mention. Yeah, scattershot. Lurking in the southern reaches. Nothing too scary there. You go up. Go down. We do need some more bait units down here. Sure. Go have fun. Does this need to defend here? Not strictly speaking. This is the only thing that we need to keep, and we'll see if anything pops up close to that. Okay, good to go. One bomber. Oops. Okay, so if that really is just one more bomber, then we'll just let it hang out. Is that safe? 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's safe. How did that end up there? May 20th. They just bought that unit. Very odd choice. Very odd choice. Let's take a peek. So this is what you can do when you do keep all of your auxiliary units safe. You can kind of do silly things in the later game to ensure scouting, etc. Okay. Any more Stukas? Don't think so. Yeah, that has pretty good, +4 hero bonus, +1 experience bonus. It's going to be a good bomber even though it's in a fighter bomber. This looks ripe for, well, falling into a trap, honestly. I no longer trust this content creator not to throw us traps. There's the trap. Okay. Matilda's move 3, 1 cruiser, maybe another cruiser, moving 5, so we just need to make sure our Vanguard unit is well protected, which is reasonable. Probably should have kept that tank for that purpose. 1, 2. a little annoying. Okay. Should have moved that here to push this off somewhere else. Mistake again. I'm never sure if you can move from there to here. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. It's a little annoying, to say the least. We're in range of the cruiser now, but we have 2 artillery backing us up. It's going to be juicy. Need to make sure to our keyword here, play conservatively. Just going to clear these out. Okay, air unit. I think we're fine leading 1 or 2 up. I will regret it, but such is life. Safe, safe. Safe, unless there's one there. Just start going here. Might be one more bomber up there. We'll just suck it up. These are auxiliary. So, check for more counterattack. It's our actual core. Don't have any more air cover. We'll let that one chill for just a bit. Okay. Unnecessary, but thanks. Yep, so 2 more bombers as we counted. Possibly another air wave, so we're still going to be careful. Trust no one, especially not content creators. Still not 1 star, and remember, limit was 2.5 stars already, so got some ways to go. Okay, let's take a look at here. Probably get the front 2. Not sure if there's shenanigans down there. The classic. classic kill everything when you're trying to get a surrender. Okay, so what do we say? There are Matildas here, 1, 2, 3. There's a cruiser here and maybe there. See the maybe there part? Nope, just one. Anticipating getting one airfield. This is auxiliary as well. So let's just do that. 2 more anti-air, which will kill this turn. Value the experience over the surrender there. Try to get the cruiser out. Attack the Stug. This is the one with the defense. Stick it out in front. Cruiser has 7 heart attack against 13 defense here. I think we'll be fine. Oop, forgot about my buddy. Probably want to fight her over there too. You know, even though we're fairly certain the enemy air presence is gone, I wouldn't trust them to be fully gone until around turn 15 or so. This guy can take casualties, he just needs any experience he can get. Don't kill it, please. Question here is what is surrenderable? Don't think this one actually is. 40%, 11 shots, nothing. Of course, the Panzer III is better than the Panzer IV in well, one would think that it's better than the Panzer IV in heart attack. That can be surrendered if we have enough firepower. Big if. Whoops. Come down and play. Whoops. A lot of happy little accidents there. As a very famous painter would say. Okay. I think the first time I played this map, I advanced so fast I got to the end and then was just kind of sitting around doing nothing, but in the meantime, in the interim also took a lot of hits unnecessarily. Here, I think we're playing a very good game, actually. Very few core losses, if at all. And still having some enemy area left. 1, to drain their prestige, and 2, to collect kills on. So, yep. Just tooting my own horn. 2 hours into the broadcast. Okay, so 3 air total. Cruiser comes out, Matilda might come out and play. That's fine. Alright. Game is much simpler now. Magic words, once again. Here, 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 and go scale. Okay, are these bot units? They might have been bought on turn 1, to be honest. Okay. Those look bought as well. Not quite. Barely did not make that. It's alright. That's in view of the enemy. Dumb. Dumb move. This one can actually just be hitting that. Just need a turn to get it safely across. This goes much faster once all the unknowns are taken care of. It's a good farming spot for fighters. I think I'll go take them up there. Where's my core fighters? One back here. One here. Always take tank kills for free. 113 to 122, yeah, 9 experience. So, you know, technically we might be able to hit 200 by the end of this. The tricky part is finding them enemy next to an airfield to hit the turn that they're refueling. Okay, let's look a little more into the surrender deal. Again, there could be stuff lurking there. We don't need this anymore. Okay, so one more counterattack. There's 7 turns, 1 turn here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bad play, didn't fully suppress. Thought I did. Needs quite a bit of work there. Three more. Left one uncovered. Did not get a full English here, or a full surround here. Also didn't meticulously plan it like I did with turn 1. Just generally making sure things are covered at this point. Hero? Yeah. You know, movement is not the worst. Sometimes that might come in handy. Probably go up and play up there. Yeah. Getting the second range or your third range on that is kind of a pipe dream. And I cannot be bothered to cover everything there. So I'm just going to sacrifice this tank to enemy air units. Do not have the willpower to do that right now for those. Okay, core units.